Feel like your business is running you rather than the other way around? What you need is a non-negotiable list and know how to use it to its maximum. I have over 25 years experience as an IT professional and an entrepreneur. And although I might have a good experience in IT, I have also struggled over the last nearly 20 years with multiple sclerosis. Now, juggling the two has been quite difficult. As you can hear, my voice isn't great today. Part of my MS at the moment is feeling really run down, but bear with me. What I'm going to teach you today is about how to juggle that work-life balance, and having a non-negotiable is what is going to help you. Because of my MS, it's meant that I've not been able to work a proper job anymore. Going from fatigue to being a single parent, brainstorming on business ideas, anything really to get me back into the real world. But all of this altogether isn't a good combination. And I felt like I was a puppy just frantically running around trying to chase my tail. And don't get me wrong, I was achieving something, and it was only little tiny small steps, but nothing that I could significantly say was progress. I felt it was like a constant loop, basically trying to spend time with my children, giving myself time to not get overwhelmed with things, and brainstorming business ideas as well. And my coping mechanism sometimes was to shut down and do nothing because I was overwhelmed with everything that needed to be done. I spent so long trying to search on the internet, and especially on YouTube, to try and find tactics or ideas on how to motivate me and how to push me forward and really what I should be focusing on. But there just wasn't anything out there. There was nothing out there for somebody in my position. It was either, oh, this is how you can gain so many subscribers, or you need to sell this particular course, you need to have a lead generating magnet. And I was thinking, this doesn't fit me. It doesn't fit my scenario. What I really needed to begin with was tactics to overcome the overwhelm, the not necessarily anxiety, but the full-on list of things that I needed to get done, things that I wanted to get done but couldn't get done. And I just was chopping from one thing to another. And I didn't actually have that actual focus. But when I started on focusing just on one or two things a day, that's when things started to change. And this is what is called a non-negotiable. Things that you decide you want to get done that day, that week, that month, that year, whatever. These are the things that keep you business driven, or on a personal level, things that maybe allow you to be or feel more human. Especially on the days for me with my MS when I, for instance, couldn't get out of bed, my brain was still ticking and buzzing with business ideas. Or on the days that I did get up, what was it I wanted to achieve? And that could be something as simple as just having a shower. So all of these ideas that I'm going to give you and strategies for working and moving forward, these can be applied to if you are a business person, or if you're overwhelmed with anxiety, or simply overwhelmed as a mother, parent, a business person that's already in a full-blown business. So when I started using a non-negotiable list, things definitely changed. I could see a change not only in my perspective, but in actual achievements, and I could see I was moving forwards. Now, this isn't about setting rigorous rules or goals. This is just 2, maybe 3 items you want to achieve that day that you know will feel significant to you. Now, because I've got multiple sclerosis, sometimes I have real bad days where I can't even hold a pen, let alone write. So sometimes my daily list might be speech to text on my phone as a note, or I could sort of scroll something on a whiteboard. But on my good days, obviously, I will get out my journal and write a note in there, or on a calendar as to things that I need to achieve. So, first step, you need to write down 3 things for the day that are your non-negotiable. If you're feeling totally overwhelmed on that day and not very worky, don't know if that's a word, but if you just want to achieve something because your mind's working overtime and you just need to get that out of your system. Those things could be, like I've already said, maybe just getting up and having a shower or getting dressed. But on the days for me when I've been in a work mode, it could be things like I brainstorm a next idea, script some YouTube videos, or maybe record YouTube videos. Could even be getting my accounts up to date. Now, these non-negotiables, like I say, they might appear today when you're doing this. They could also appear tomorrow, so don't feel that it is just a one-off task. It could be something that you want to achieve every single day for maybe 30 days, like a 30-day challenge for like 0 to 5K. What do they call it? The couch to 5K. Could be something like that. Or it could be something that is just a one-off today, so you know that you've made progress. I can't actually say that word. My mouth doesn't want to work with my brain today. So the next thing you have to do is you have to schedule them into a calendar. And because this is a non-negotiable, you have to see this as though it is an appointment, and therefore you need to be scheduling this in and scheduling or blocking time out in your calendar or diary for this to take place. Now, the best way to achieve this, and certainly if you are overwhelmed, is to block out 5 minutes for it. Yes, just block out 5 minutes. That's all you need to begin with, even if it's a huge task that you know is going to take days. But you just start it today, because small steps create that progress, and you'll thank yourself later by starting it now. By blocking out just 5 minutes, that is just going to give you that focus, that time for you to pause everything else and just focus on this one task at hand. If you do have to walk away from it, at least you can return back to it with fresh perspective. But don't worry if you don't complete it. You have done 5 minutes on that task. You might also surprise yourself, and if you give yourself another 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes is all it needs. But when you have completed that task, you've got to then just give yourself a pat on the back, and then you can go back to whatever it was you were doing. By scheduling just 5 minutes to do this task, if it is something that is going to overwhelm you, it is just creating that 5-minute block where it is just you and this task that needs to be done. Okay, let's say, for instance, the task might take you 20, 30 minutes, but you have made a start, and you are the only person that is putting this non-negotiable in place, and you have decided it. This is past you at this point, has decided it, and future you will thank you for it, at least if you've made a start, even if you don't complete it. But having 3 non-negotiables, so alarms set, you will see progress, because 3 non-negotiables done today, if you were to do it just Monday to Friday, that's 15 things that you have achieved in 1 week. And obviously, consistency pays off. If you've already got your non-negotiable sorted and you want to know how to create a would like to achieve list or your vision board in action, watch my next video.